What's cracking, trainers? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon GO Battle League content. In today's video, we got some battles in the Master League sent into the channel by one of my homies, Russ. Got some strong team. I think he said he went 21-4, 24-1 with this team. Either way, it was 20 plus wins in 5 sets. I said that was impressive, even at rank 13. I'm still sitting at rank 17, man, no rush. But Crown Form Zacian is the biggest, baddest powerhouse now in the Master League meta, and it's going to be everywhere before long. I'm waiting till Global so I can get mine. I don't have any yet, unfortunately. So I'm trying to steer clear of the Master League until I have a fighting chance to deal with this thing. But we're going to be pairing it up with Ho-Oh in the back with the Fire Flying typing. It completely walls the Crown Forms, and is pretty much a must-have if you're going to play Master League this season to be able to beat these Crown Form doggies. And in the very back, we're going to be having a Origin Form Palkia. We're going to stop for just a moment because I want to make sure that I bring something up that not everybody might be thinking about. It's a comment that I had yesterday that it reminded me that, hey, by the way, we still can't Elite TM or even TM Spatial Rend and Roar of Time on your Origin Form Palkia and Dialga. So if you've got a not hundo laying around of either one, you might consider using your bottle caps that we're going to get for, or bottle caps, since we're only getting one. Thanks, Scopely. To be able to get that hyper training done, to maybe have that Spatial Rend hundo you've been looking for. There's a lot of people that don't have them. Anyway, that aside, I believe this team was featured on the XehrFelrose channel, so if it has his seal approval, it certainly has mine. Let's get into these games and check Russ cooking in the Master League, getting into this first game here. Well, that's not good. We've got Ho-Oh on the lead. More like Ho-Oh no. Get out of there. Going for one Metal Claw and then the swap to get into the Palkia. The opponent's going to drop in their Dialga. Ho-Oh and Dragons are a very common core in the Master League, so definitely not surprised to see this. You could argue that maybe it's good that we baited this out, but thankfully we get the shield off of the opponent here on that Spatial Rend, and now they may know this is an Aqua Tail. They probably don't shield. No, they double shield! They said Dialga is going to take me to the Promised Land, and they're going to be going for a move here. Russ decides to call it. It's an Iron Head! Trainer, no! You can't bait! Just full send it. The opponent going for their charge move. Russ thinking about it. Drops it. No shield! Another Iron Head! Either that was extremely good counting, or Russ has sturdier stuff. I'm trying to be family friendly here. He's got sturdier stuff than I do. Going for the Sacred Fire. We're deleting an Enamorus from the planet. An opponent's going to bring in that Ho-Oh back once again. They just decided to sacrifice the whole Enamorus, which was completely useless, unfortunately, against the Zacian anyway, because that steel typing all on its own completely walls the Enamorus. The opponent going to be looking to go for some energy, maybe try to get to another move, but Zacian's resisted Metal Claws are farming down the Ho-Oh, and that's going to be a good game. Cooking, we said. Mewtwo, the old guard, the best of the best, the king of the Master League, fallen from grace. And it's a shiny. I don't remember the CP for a Shundo, but I hope that's a Shundo. I hope they have a Shundo Mewtwo. That's awesome. Unfortunately, Zacian is just too much stat and too good of a typing for this Mewtwo to be able to do much in this matchup. Russ is looking to try and dispatch this thing. Not really a bad place on this team for the Mewtwo to be, but looking to put up one more shield just to try to get a move in. And Zacian, one of the few things in the Master League that can win CMP over Mewtwo. And you want to know why? Because it's like the 5th thing. No. I'd say the 3rd. I would say the 3rd. I think it really started with these guys right here. The Dusk and Dawn fusions, man. These things, like, the power creep in Master League is obscene. Man, it's crazy. Just every other season. They just drop in the next thing that's 500 CP higher than the last. It's insane. By the way, I owe you all some moves. Kaboom! Some booms. Kaboom! Oh, it's good to have that button back. I got that button on speed dial now. It is now on my desktop where I can figure out where it is no matter what. Now, unfortunately, that Brave Bird's not going to do much, and the opponent's going to get this farm down. It does, however, get the shield. Kyurem is going to have a bad time trying to get to a couple of moves here, but that Ice or Freeze Shock is going to do massive damage. Oh, no! Zacian's looking to unleash its energy, going for that big hitting Behemoth Blade, completely destroying the Kyurem and its whole family and lineage. Good game. Kaboom! Next game. Uh-oh. Lando's here. This is not a good lead. Staying in for... Okay, probably by accident. Going into the Palkia, and the opponent drops in a Mewtwo. I think this is winnable from Palkia's side. You know, we're going for the big brain play here. Are they going to call an Aqua Tail? The opponent does shield. They are saying, I need to maintain switch, and I don't care. I'm shielding here. The opponent going for a charge move. These Side Strikes are going to hit like a truck. Palkia does not have the same stat product as Zacian has, but can live a non-shadow boosted regular old Mewtwo. That's Side Strike. And now we're going to be able to go for the Aqua Tail. May have been able to farm down, also keep track of energy. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that Zacian does not have access to the same moves as your stock got it at the mall Zacian that has Wild Charge and things like that. They do have different move sets, but no shields in play. Landorus comes in, and Zacian doesn't care about this Sandsear Storm. It's looking to unleash this Behemoth Blade. Let me see how much damage. It's going for the player of place at the Behemoth. Russ, please do me a favor, buddy, and bring me that blade. Okay, well, the play rough is going to do it, but man, I would have loved to see the Behemoth Blade go. And honestly, Behemoth Blade probably would have hit harder, to be honest. Freeze Shock is going to do a not insignificant amount of damage, but unfortunately, Kyurem just cannot keep up with the Metal Claws. Also, Behemoth Blade is less energy. That's why I would have thrown it, but it's all good. We still take those dubs any way we can get them. Good game, well played. Maybe some learning pains. You know, Master League just got here. Another one. Ho-Oh! In the lead. One Metal Claw for some energy and then swapping into the Palkia. That seems to be Russ's play here. And the opponent's going for the Brave Bird. Does Palkia shield? Likely knowing that there's a dragon in the back. Brave Bird gets the shield. Opponent brings in their own Palkia. And Russ is full sending this. Trainer, it's an Aqua Tail. Please don't shield. Oh my god. No, they took it away from me. I wanted it. Oh, I wanted it so bad. Opponent, however, going for a charge move. This is likely just an Aqua Tail and farm down. Yup, and Palkia is not worried too much about that. Now, not going for the Aqua Tail, maybe trying to get the farm on the Zacian. Not a bad play here, but unfortunately, the Ho-Oh is just going to be matched up against the Zacian, and that's just going to be a oh-no situation. But Zacian looking to just unleash the Behemoth Blade, not wanting to risk getting too low, and trying to let Ho-Oh finish the game here. Opponent does have some energy still on that Ho-Oh from the Brave Bird, meaning that next one's only going to be a couple of Incinerates, but the opponent here is fully over-farming and committing to this Ho-Oh. Russ is going to shield up what could be a Brave Bird. The opponent's going to go ahead, and they're going to swap into Zacian. Oh, dude. This surely. Oh, the damage. Oh, it's a shiny. That's such a nice shiny, dude. That's such a nice shiny. But absolutely deleted. That is the most damage I will ever see done to a Crown Form. Boom! Kudos, Russ. Kudos, Russ, even though I don't think we live this game. Wait, the attack! The attack went up, or went down. Do we live the Brave Bird? Russ is living the Brave Bird, and the opponent concedes. The debuff was everything. Good game. Zacian and Zacian violence here. Mirror match in the opener. And the opponent also has Metal Claw. Nobody running Fire Fang. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe that's the worst move for Zacian. Maybe you just want the energy generation of Metal Claw. But this close combat would do a lot of damage. Russ not playing that way. He's got Play Rough. Honestly, I think close combat's probably the better move. But it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. But Russ appears to have some slightly better IVs on this Zacian. Well, oh no, it's not IVs. He debuffed his defense, dude. Come on. XehrFelrose, pay attention. Opponent's got the Rhyperior on the Palkia. Now, normally, this is not a great matchup, but the opponent's going to have to put down a shield just to dispatch of the Palkia, and they'll need 2 charge moves no matter what they throw here in order to get rid of this thing. Now, unfortunately for Russ, definitely not going to be able to get to another charge move, but the opponent is going to throw right away, not allowing themselves to get any extra farm, but they do get a Mud Slap. After that, almost doesn't knock out, but immediately the Behemoth Blade is readied, unsheathed, and slaps that Rhyperior right upside his face. Knocks him out, and he ain't coming back. Zacian's gonna come back in, looking to catch a charge move. The opponent, however, has the Palkia, and it's, oh my god, it's so over. Wait, is there a way to win this game? There might, wait a minute. Wait a minute, does the, okay, that leaves that Palkia pretty low. They have to throw energy before the Brave Bird gets reached. And that's pretty good looking Zacian farm range if you ask me. If the opponent doesn't have a charge move banked, never mind, they have no HP. I forgot how low Russ's HP was, never mind. Unfortunate. Aqua Tail gonna do enough to take out the Crown Form Zacian, and the opponent's gonna take this one. Unfortunately, well played. Starting off with a nice 4-1 in Zacian. Oh, dude. No. You can't. No. Oh, and they're staying in? Oh my god, what? Oh my god, how weak did you get to the Zacian trainer? No, I would, honest to god, I would just farm that all the way in. I wouldn't even throw a Behemoth Blade, man. I would have just farmed it all the way, bro. That isn't actually... Well, we are... You know what? It's at the point in the season where even the rank 12, 13 trainers will have whatever they have. Yeah, I've heard some people with their elo also are the same way. They've just forcibly swapped in a Kyogre to Palkia trainer. We need to have a conversation. All right, come here, trainers. Let me. No, okay, thank you. They conceded. They knew it was over. That Palkia was too much. We don't ever put the whale on the dragon. Now there's a shark, and I respect that shark. That is some sauce. Opponent, however, is on Dragon Tail, and unfortunately, the resisted fast moves are not going to cut it in this matchup. Zacian going for the player off the opponent's going to shield up. Honestly, Behemoth Blade does so much damage, right? Doesn't it? Isn't it like one of those bigger? Is it Behemoth Blade? Not as much, and I'm just crazy. The opponent, however, is bringing in a Melmetal, and in comes Ho-Oh. Unfortunately for this Melmetal, the Rock Slide nerf that happened several seasons ago flipped this matchup very, very firmly in Ho-Oh's favor. Now, Ho-Oh's going to go ahead and shield. It's going to have to shield one or the other, but going to be able to go for another Incinerate or so and be able to get to 100 energy before unleashing the Sacred Fire. If the opponent does not respect this, they will get destroyed and taken out. Away goes the Melmetal, and in comes the Garchomp. Now, Garchomp is going to be doing very well resisting these Incinerates, but the Brave Bird is going to force them to shield, and in comes Zacian, hoping to get to a move before the opponent can get to the Earth Power, but they're not going to be able to, and Earth Power is reached. How much does this do to Crown Form Zacian? Bro, that almost deletes it. Okay, we get a solid 60% off an Earth Power from Garchomp. That's respectable damage. The opponent's going to come in with Mewtwo. Unfortunately, Mewtwo is getting a full farm down. And in this situation, if you can, always try to avoid giving the opponent the full farm down when you could just swap in and not give them a whole size strikes head start. Now, unfortunately, the opponent is going to be able to capitalize on this and is going to be able to take out this Palkia. However, that Ho-Oh not getting to a move either. Unfortunately, opponent is going to be able to get this farm down and or the size strike in, and that is another unfortunate loss. I think if we had swapped sooner into the Palkia instead of letting the Mewtwo get the farm, we could have won that game. Next one up, Kyurem, the beautiful, most wonderful lead of the year. It feels like Christmas, and Russ agrees, and it gets even better. They drop in Ho-Oh. Palkia just says hello. This is why I don't like safe swapping Ho-Oh, because you will attract every Palkia on the planet. I don't know what the correct safe switch is here to draw something out. Maybe Landorus, I don't know. But opponent going to go for that Brave Bird, looking to try and get that damage of the shield, and they're going to CMP tie. That was a well-timed charge attack, getting right to the point. We could live a Brave Bird here. We don't have to shield this. And Russ knows it, looking to take advantage of it, and the opponent snipes with the Kyurem. But the opponent is shields down. And unfortunately, they don't have any way to win CMP. Kyurem used to be that Pokemon that could win CMP against everything. Now, boom! Absolutely eviscerated by Zacian. This dog is not fair. And yet, here it is. I am scared to eventually get into the Master League with this thing everywhere. The opponent down to one Pokemon. Uh-oh, getting farmed down. The opponent says, nope, I'm not catching any of these hands. I'm out. Good game. Zacian into Dialga. Well, we were talking about Christmas, and now it's New Year's. We're celebrating again, and one of the best leads ever possibly created. Oh my goodness, Dialga. You poor soul. You poor soul. You poor soul. I was going to say poor thing, and then poor soul came. It sounds like I'm a lisp, man. You poor soul. Anyway, not making fun of people with lisps. That's okay. We have the opponent, however, make a nice catch on this Groudon, but Groudon is going to meet its maker. Palkia literally made for this matchup. The opponent's shielding. They really want to get this Precipice Blades off. I think Palkia could even live it if it wanted to, but Russ isn't taking the chance. Opponent full sends the Precipice Blades. Not going to be able to get to another charge move before getting farmed down. Palkia's got energy, and the opponent comes back in with the Dialga, and Spatial Rend is reached. And that's all you need. You can let them farm you down at this point. If you really want to, let them do it. Opponent decides to call the Aqua Tail, and instead, they get absolutely destroyed, and the opponent bringing back a blast from the past. I haven't seen Giratina Origin in years, dude. This poor thing. I miss Giratina. I literally had just finished building mine, and then they were like, oh, by the way, it's useless now. Man. Unfortunate. Zacian, very happy to see this, though, and really doesn't, you know, it's better than letting the Ho-Oh see it, but at this point, Ho-Oh could come in. Unfortunately, the opponent still has a shield and is getting a massive farm, and we make a catch onto the Ho-Oh. Zacian living to fight another day. Opponent goes for the ominous win, and that's going to seal the deal. The opponent's not getting the 2 Shadow Balls to get this Ho-Oh gone. And that's it. Now, again, I see an opportunity for Zacian to have gone for the Behemoth Blade. I think that Play Rough, you really only want to go for it when it's super effective and Behemoth Blade is not. But that's it. Good game. Well played. All right. Oh, that's it? Bro, we're done. Man, Zacian made quick work of those trainers, didn't it now? Get another 4-1 set. Okay, so maybe it was 21-4. But either way, man, dominant, strong team. Again, this was also, I believe, featured on Yasir's channel. So, I mean, I know that he's got quality stuff going on over there. So if he's featured the team, I have to believe it's good, man. And maybe when I get a Crown Form Zacian, I'll play this team too. Looks super busted, even though we saw some low rank stuff that you wouldn't normally see in like the top meta. But you never know, man. People, and when it comes to Master League, people just play whatever they got and just try to have fun. And that's what you should do too. It's important to have fun. It's a video game, not a try-hard sweat fest like we sometimes forget it trying to climb up to legend. But anyway, my rambling aside, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know if and when you're getting your Crown Zacian. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.